We do have breaking news just moments ago. Microsoft is to boost its investment in ChatGPT maker OpenAI. This isn't entirely a surprise. Some folks last week were talking about the idea that this could happen. This will be the third investment in about 3 years.
They said, in particular, that this is perhaps feeling like the early launch of the internet itself. Why so? What's so important and impactful about generative AI?
I think, before the release of ChatGPT,
well, you're hearing about it everywhere, and that's why we're talking about it today. Hey everyone, welcome to Initiate Research, where we take a deep dive into the companies pushing the boundaries of technology and innovation. Now, today we're focusing on Moovly Media. It trades on the TSX under the ticker symbol MVY. It's a Canadian AI video production company that's been making waves in the industry with a story that's been mostly unspoken. So let's get at it. Now, Moovly Media's platform is changing the game in the video production industry, making high-quality video content accessible to companies of all sizes. So for things like advertising, because data shows humans interact with video at a much higher rate. Now, the company's focus on AI video production sets them apart from traditional ad agencies, and it allows them to produce mass videos at scale for large corporations. And their recent partnership with Amazon is a testament to their innovation and growth potential. So where did Moovly come from? Brendon Grunwald is the co-founder of Moovly. He's a serial entrepreneur, and between him and the other co-founder, they have a ton of experience with this stuff.
My first startup was sold in 2001, then got involved with some investment banking side and corporate finance work. And after that, I ran a private equity venture capital fund of $100 million committed capital out of Luxembourg, making early stage investments. Fast forward that, I was an investor in a company that was a digital agency, and that's where I met my current co-founder. He was the founder of that company. I sat on the board of that company, and we were looking at the time, we're talking, 10 odd years ago, they had blue chip clients who were paying a lot of money to have videos made to explain things, to promote things. And I would sit in on some of the sales meetings and I'd hear the sales team go, pull up the Salesforce CRM, and there would be a lot of deals lost. And when I said, well, what are these deals that you're losing? And the salespeople would say, don't worry about them. They're small companies. They can't afford us anyway. Well, to an entrepreneur, when you hear that more than once or two or three times, you go, well, hang on. I understand that you're going after blue chip company X and you're charging them 20, 25 grand for a bespoke 3-minute video. And that's good money. But when you got 10 deals of 3 grand or 5 grand, then you're missing something here. And the answer always was, well, we can't do that bespoke. We can't do that just with human creatives. And of course, my background is more science and technology besides business, of course. So I started thinking, well, hang on, how do you make a solution that can actually address that market? And so we started building something.
And they built something pretty incredible, to be honest. It's an AI platform that can do a lot, not only with e-commerce, but we're talking all kinds of different videos. Now, what's interesting about this story is that the company then pivoted, and you'll hear from Brendon why. They've just found their stride.
I think one of the most important things about Moovly is that, we started off with a small business focus with an e-commerce business model. We moved that through demand really from the market into a bigger client, multinationals coming to us who have these big demands. They put enormous demand on a company like us, not just from a feature functionality perspective, but in terms of a robustness, in terms of a scalability and a whole number of other things. That really put us through the ring of fire, if you like, because if you're going to win those businesses, you've got to be secure, you've got to be scalable, you've got to be reliable. And so it put us an enormous amount of pressure over those years, and those companies helped us evolve and drove a lot of what was required in terms of us being one of the first adopters of technologies like artificial intelligence years ago, first adopters of various other technologies and things that we have done. For example, things like automated subtitling. A lot of these features that we bring to the table have been driven by that, and that's brought a maturity to us as a company, which a lot of companies who don't have that client base, don't have the luxury of that client base to drive their product and their platform stability and reliability. We believe we are seen as a technology and a thought leadership in the industry with these innovative things. But at the same time, I'd love to say that it all comes from our crystal ball, but it doesn't. It comes from our clients. And the bigger the client, one, the more difficult it is to meet their requirements, and more challenging it is, but the more rewarding when you do. And I think that's what's leveraged us to what we think is having the most flexible video platform out there. And that allows us within literally days to implement technologies. We are just implementing the next phase of artificial intelligence, for example. And that's literally taken us days to do. We're integrating the technology behind ChatGPT, for example. And this has taken us 3 days to implement. Now, there are additional phases that will come from that, where, for example, we'll be able to further automate these things. Integrating into, for example, bringing on companies like iStock with more than 100 million digital assets. This was a week's work. So we have really a robust and mature technology, but that is at the same time very flexible.
Now, what's interesting is they've built a ton of clients in a very short period of time. But since Brendon said that the company has pivoted and went towards more of the scaled products, the company is simply achieving better revenue. And he's here to break down why.
What is our business model? Business model is very simple. On our editor, where you have to make videos or create templates, etc. And this has got all the language features, got all the AI features, all of that sophisticated things. We also have more than 100 million digital assets in our platform, which we've licensed from Getty and iStock. So all of that is in a subscription model, where you pay a fee per year and you use the full functionality of the tool. On the automation side, because it's primarily working through an API, the analogy I use is a toll road, and there, for example, we have a per video fee. So if you're an Amazon store owner, or we'll soon be announcing some other companies in that space, you can, when you make that video, if you use one of our standard free templates, you effectively don't need a subscription at all. You can select a product, select a template, and you pay us per video that you make. If you want to make your own templates and you want the full feature functionality to be able to make your own templates or other videos besides your e-commerce using our standard templates, then you add a subscription to that and away you go.
So the company has figured out 2 revenue streams, and one of which is their partnership with Amazon. Huge potential there. Here's Brendon on that collaboration.
We've brought on companies like recently announced a partnership with Amazon. There we have not only our e-commerce video maker on their selling side, but we're also partnered with their advertising side. So a single click and you go out onto Amazon ads. We have built in, for example, their pre-moderation technology so that advertisers can check their adverts before submitting them to make sure that they meet the stringent criteria that Amazon has for their ads that go out there. So we're at a point now where the company can really scale, especially with this new business model, which is on a per video basis associated with our automator. The subscription business is a good business, it's a stable business, but it's not necessarily going to bring us the scale that the per video business will, especially because it's via automation.
Now, we mentioned AI, and this company is no stranger to that big word, but how does it apply here? And more importantly, how is this Canadian public company advancing AI tech?
One of the most exciting things for me personally, having come up with this idea of automation and connecting a database and computers and servers to our video creation capabilities, is of course artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence comes in many forms. A lot of what you'll see on our platform, the language capabilities, be it translation, transcoding, all of those things, that's all AI based. And we license that technology from market leaders. Those are being companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and others. The key here is that what we're seeing now with things like ChatGPT and the advancement of natural language technologies and machine learning, it's really exciting for us because now there's the capability to be able to take those technologies as integrations with our video capabilities and produce something really, really spectacular. We're really just at the really interesting start here, where besides just doing language things and you can go to a ChatGPT and ask it to make you a love poem for your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever the case may be. You can ask that thing certain useful information, and you're going to get actually a pretty well structured text back. And it could be in the form of a paragraph or bullets or whatever the case may be. But what we've done now is, and this is still in beta, and this is where this whole thing starts becoming exciting, is I just saw something that our engineers were playing with yesterday, where they asked a question into the platform. Our server went into the ChatGPT, who got the technology behind it, got back that response, analyzed that text for keywords, went into our interface with iStock with 100 million digital assets, pulled in different videos and images and sound clips and put that all together, and then took that text which we got and did a voiceover using artificial intelligence again to produce a video effectively where you put in a question, you get an answer that's in a video where the imagery, the video, the text, and the voice is automated for you entirely. Now, there may be some tweaking, but if you look at how advanced that is compared to the days where you'd sit with a blank screen and go, where do I start? That's phenomenal. And certainly, I think if we start marrying that with more and more advanced templating technologies, this thing becomes extraordinarily powerful. Because one of the things that even advanced users have to overcome is they need to be able to tell that story. It's not just having about a tool. There's also that ability to pull all of that together. And I think that that's really where this becomes advanced. And if we can start tailoring that with our clients, certainly some of our clients in specific niches, where there's compliance issues, for example, we can connect this to databases where in an industry, whether it be pharmaceutical or other regulatory environments, accounting, auditing, whatever the case may be, where there's a data source and you can collect an artificial intelligence machine to it, you can start producing videos entirely automatedly on certain key questions. So if you think about one of the early uses of artificial intelligence was chatbots on websites where you'd ask a question and it wouldn't be a human sitting typing back to you, it would be a machine. Well, why couldn't that be an interactive video based on artificial intelligence and Moovly's technology? Now, we're not there yet, but this is the kind of thing that we are able to do as we take this thing forward.